Boker Tov, Yeladim. Boker Tov.
Shalom, Rabbi. Shalom, Rabbi.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
Shalom, Rabbi. Shalom.
All right, everybody turn on your cameras. Juice in the morning. All righty, let's see who's here this morning. We got the lemma, David and Dayon. The T, the L, the A, the Sanchez family needs to turn on their camera. J and J. One of the J's is in the bathroom. The Puzzle Cube and the Sinclairs. The Mia Leb, the Allie Randall. Let's see who's on the next page. And the Vicky. Victoria. Let's go with Victoria this morning. Victoria is going to pray for us. Victoria is going to sing the Shema. And Victoria is going to do the 10 Commandments. Start us off, Victoria.
Okay. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for giving us knowledge to learn new things. Thank you for giving us your Torah so we can learn more about you every day. And just thank you for our lives. In Yeshua's name, amen. Shema Israel, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad. Baruch Shem Kevo Malkuto Neolam Chad. Hear Israel, the Lord our God is one God. I am the Lord your God, no gods before me. Do not use the Lord's name in vain. Keep the Shabbat holy. Honor your mother and father. Do not murder, do not commit adultery, do not steal, do not lie, and do not covet.
Very good, Victoria. Everybody give Victoria a big hand. She can't see it, but give her a big hand anyway. Whoa! Elisheva, you don't have your Mario hat on. Where's your Mario hat? Get your Mario hat. All right. All right, we're going to start off today. We're learning about the holy days this week. The holy days and some other fun stuff that we're doing this week. All right. Let's see here. Dayon and David. David, is David there with you there, Dayon? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Well, you read it then. Leviticus 23, verse 10 and 11. 10 and 11! You can't see it, Dayon? You're muted, Dayon.
Of the fruits of your harvest of the Cohen, he is to wave the sheaf before Adonai so that you will be accepted. The Cohen is to wave it on the day after the Shabbat.
Woo! Very good, Mr. Dayon. Dayon. Sheva's got her Mario hat on. Yay, Mario. All right. So now we're going to start off with learning some words. Hadassah. Good morning, Miss Hadassah. Good morning, Mr. Yeshua. Shmooey wooey. All right. Can you tell me what the word harvesting means? Hadassah, can you tell me what the word harvesting means? It's a harvest.
Harvest means like the people need to harvest because they don't have much food to eat.
What is harvest? You can't use the word harvest if I'm looking for the definition of harvest. Banana fan.
Harvest means you pick the leaves.
Okay. Yeshua, tell me what harvest is. Hi, Nana.
Harvest is like you you don't have much food, so you have to save some food.
That one is harvest.
You're going to learn about harvesting pretty soon. You're going to move to your new big house there. After this year, after your Shemitah year, you're going to have the Shemitah. And next year, you're going to plant. Next.
We already had the Shemitah.
No.
No, you're moving into your new. You just moved into your new house this past week, so you have to let the land lay there for 1 year. Okay, and then next year, next fall, next October or September, whenever Yom Kippur is, you're gonna plant the winter wheat or something like that. Okay. Now let's see. Lev or bologna? Bologna Lev. Wethead Lev. Wethead Lev. Lev. I love pizza Lev. What is harvesting?
Well,
Well,
harvest is when you plant something and it's ripe and you pick it for yourself because
plant something and you harvest.
no, like not like right away because then you'll take the plant away.
Oh, golly gee willikers, Batman.
You gotta let it grow for a few years and then pick the fruit and pick the first fruits and give it to God, then take the rest for yourself.
Okay, so harvesting is what? Picking your nose?
No. When you it's when you plant something and like take the fruit when the fruit's ripe. Because let's say you have an apple and you pick it when it's green and they're supposed to be red apples. It's gonna be sour.
What is the one?
To harvest.
What is to harvest? Another word for to harvest.
What am I doing?
To
What am I doing?
gather the fruit.
What am I doing?
What is over
Picking a
Picking.
your nose?
your nose.
Well, I wasn't really picking my nose, but anyway. Picking. Harvest is to pick. Okay, let's see here. Lemma family is in yellow triangles, so I can't see them. Jeremiah is out of the bathroom. Did you eat your breakfast this morning, Mr. Jeremiah? Did you have your Cocoa Puffs?
I'm having it now.
You're having it now. So your brain is not in operation yet because it's got to go from your mouth to your esophagus to your stomach to your intestinal tract, and then it'll finally get to your brain. Oh,
I'm having
you got
chocolate cereal.
what?
I'm having a different cereal. It's chocolate.
Oh, nothing better than chocolate cereal. Are you harvesting the? Can you tell me what the word harvest means, Mr. Jeremiah? Is your brain in operation because you got sugar-coated harvest? What?
I already know what it means.
I already know what it means. So can you tell the rest of the class what it means?
It can mean that it means that you pick up the crops, or like you pick down the apples, dig to get your carrots.
Okay. Do carrots grow in bunches or one at a time?
In a bunch.
What do you think, Jacob?
I think one at a time.
Okay, so we got one at a time. We got a bunch. Let's see. Riet, do carrots grow in bunches or do they grow as singular?
Do what? Grow in bunches? Carrots?
Carrots!
Oh, carrots.
Carrots! Bugs Bunny carrots. Man, what's up, Doc?
Well, they're roots, so I'm guessing that they grow in bunches.
What do you think, Marley?
Bunches.
Okay. Allie Mae, can you help out us? You're eating your breakfast too. You just told somebody to shush.
Yeah, my mom was talking. So carrots.
Mom, I'm talking.
She was talking to Dad. Dad's about to leave to go to the store.
Goodbye, Dad. Bye, Randy.
So carrots, they grow in the ground, but they're not. They're not in bunches. They're singular.
Yeah, I found that out when we had our first garden. I thought the carrots was growing a bunch. Nope, they grow singular, one carrot at a time. And you have to make the soil real soft, okay? So the carrot can grow. If you want long carrots, okay, long straight carrots, you got to have the soil real soft. So you got to put a lot of peat moss in it and stuff like that, okay? So harvesting means to when the plants food is right. Like some people like tomatoes. I don't know why. Some people like string beans or cucumbers. Cucumbers become pickles. Pickles are awesome. Okay. Or you can get green tomatoes and you can fry them and fried green tomatoes. Okay. Okay. What other vegetables can we grow? Potatoes. They grow one at a time. Okay. So after we enter the land that Jehovah said He was giving us, He said you harvest the ripe crops. Okay. So you got to wait for the crops to be ripe. Okay. Now let's talk about this. How do you know when a cucumber is ripe? How do you know when a cucumber is ripe? Victoria, do you know when a cucumber is ripe?
I think hmm, it like when it starts growing, I think it's like yellow and a little bit of green, and then when it's ready, it will be green.
Okay. Green will be green. Okay, let's see. Um, Tiffany, do you know when a cucumber is ripe?
Uh, Maybe by its color, my guess, or I don't know, but my guess is probably by its color.
Maybe when it's purple?
It's, no, maybe it's depending on the color, the way it looks.
Okay. Were you guys anywhere near the shooting yesterday?
No.
Praise God. There was another part of Philadelphia.
No, it's that we're northeast, right?
That was in
That
the
was
north.
far north.
We're in the northeast. Where all the Jews are.
It was by the Jewish area.
But where the Jews and Russians somehow live together.
Somehow.
Well, they're called Russian Jews, like my family.
Oh. Well, I think some of them are secular, just because I just. But no, we
Yeah.
weren't there.
Okay. Ariel, do you know when you can pick a cucumber?
I assume by its, like Tiffany said, by its color.
You guys are so silly.
Never grew them. Never grew that.
You are so silly. Okay. All right, let's see. Uh, Jeremiah is going crazy over there. Jeremiah, when can you pick a cucumber? Not pick your nose, pick a cucumber.
You could pick a cucumber when they
Speak up.
You could pick a cucumber because you could tell because if you want it like long, right? Or you could tell by the soil because if it's like soft, right? You have to wait until it's like long. So you check the cucumber that so it could be long.
What color would it be? What color are cucumbers?
Orange.
Orange cucumbers? I'm not eating an orange cucumber. That's terrible. That would be like
Cucumbers.
cucumbers.
I thought you talked about carrots.
No, we moved on from carrots.
Green.
Okay. Jacob, what color is a cucumber?
Green. You could tell when how it's ripe by the size and the color.
Oh,
For
the
example,
size.
some could be yellow and white. Some could be like dark green.
Okay. Dayon, when do you know when to pick a tomato? Yeshua, I'll come to you next.
A tomato.
A
When it's
tomato.
red. When it's red and like a little ball, like a little red ball.
Okay, a little red ball. Okay. Now let's go on to some Yeshua. You had your hand raised. What color is a cucumber? What color is a cucumber?
Green.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you like cucumbers?
No, but I was gonna say that one is growing. There's like a flower that one is big, the cucumber, and the flower is small. It has to be dry, and the cucumber is ready to eat and pick.
What is dry?
A dry
A
cucumber?
flower. No, a dry flower. The flower that's in the bottom that is from the cucumber.
Well, the cucumber starts off as a flower, and then it becomes a cucumber.
Yes, and grows. And the flower grows a little and little and little. That it dries off and it falls.
Okay, very
The
good. Yeshua.
cucumber is ready for pick.
Very good. Very good. Now, Sheva, you had a really big garden. Can you tell me a little bit about your garden? Ellie, Sheva, can you tell me about your garden? Can you tell me what vegetables you grew in your garden?
What vegetables do we have in the garden? Okay. Avocados. What else? Carrots. What else? Tomatoes. And cucumbers. Cucumbers and peppers.
You grew cucumbers?
Yeah.
Cucumbers? Are we gonna make pickles? Are you gonna ask Miss Raina how to make pickles?
What color was the cucumber when we picked it? It was green. And the carrots were orange. Mm-hmm. And red.
Wow. You guys had a great garden.
Yes.
Your first year, all the crops came up real big.
Yes, thank God.
Cool. All right, now, okay, Lev and Mia are raising their hands. Lev and Mia.
We used to have a cucumber plant. And it's not just the color and the size of the cucumber. When the cucumber first grows out of the flower, it's small, but it looks as if it's full of spines. In other words, thorns. So when the cucumber keeps growing, the way you know it's ready is that the spines have to smooth out, like they're just lumps on the cucumber, or the cucumber could be smooth. So it has to also require that the spines that is on the cucumber when it first grows, they have to smooth out as it grows.
Oh, very interesting. Benjamin.
Hi. So when you know when the cucumber is ripe, when you squeeze it, it's like firm. But if it's not firm, then that that doesn't mean it's ripe.
Okay, very good. Maybe for next year, you guys could plan to put a garden. You got a lot of land there. You can plan an area where you can have a garden. grow your own vegetables and stuff like that in your new house in PA. Okay, so you got to plan it. All right, now we talked about vegetables. Now the next part of the verse is very interesting. Okay, because it says, "Tell the Am Yisrael, tell the people of Israel, after you enter the land I am giving you and harvest its ripe crops, you are to bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest to the Kohen. He is to wave a sheaf before Jehovah, so that you will be accepted, and the Kohen is to wave it on the day after the Shabbat." Okay. Now we're talking about wheat, winter wheat or barley. Okay, barley. Okay. What now? What does barley look like? Can anybody tell me what barley looks like or wheat looks like? I think that's wheat. Okay. Dayan, can you tell me what wheat looks like?
The picture and the picture. That's how the wheat looks like.
Okay, describe it so Victoria can understand because she's on the phone and the lemons are in yellow triangle again.
It's yellow. It had like little hairs and like that go up.
Okay, which part do you eat? Do you eat that stick or the other parts?
The other parts.
Okay. Well, let's see if anybody else agrees with you. Let's see. Who we got here? Who we got here? Leah, what's in the picture there?
Wheat.
Okay. Which part of that can you eat?
The top part, the part that's
And what do you do with the top part?
you have to put it in a mill in order to get like cereal or like bread.
Say that again. I'm sorry, my phone was going off.
What you could do with the wheat is you have to like there's a thing called a mill where they process it so then you can make bread or maybe some cereal.
Okay. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Lemons are. Let's see. Riette, which part of the wheat do you eat?
Well, I'm guessing it's the top part.
You're guessing it's the top part?
Yeah.
What do you think, Puzzle Cube?
Well, that's where the seeds are. The higher it is, the more the wind can blow the seeds. The same thing with
You eat the seeds?
grass, for example. You have little stalks with with parts on the top, just like wheat, for the seeds.
Okay, it's also the seed. You're correct. Okay. Now, remember in the scripture, Yeshua and the disciples of Talmudim, they were walking through the field of wheat. And what you can do with it is you can take that top part, everybody. Now listen up carefully. So if you were out of food or something like that, okay, there's very good nutrition in that top part. You take the top part and you put it in your hands and you rub it. So you eat those little, let me get my little marker here. You take this part here, okay? You take this part here and you rub it in your hands and you can eat all those little kernels there. It's almost like a popcorn, okay, but it's going to be very hard. If you've ever eaten, anybody ever eaten granola cereal? If you did, put your hand up. Okay, okay. If you're eating granola, that's basically what's going to be. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be good. So if you have some milk or water, you can make it a little softer. Okay, but you can eat it raw. It's very good nutrition. It's excellent nutrition. So you eat this little piece here where the arrow is pointing. Okay, you eat that little piece there. You don't eat the stick. You don't eat the stick, and you don't eat the hair part here. Okay, but you eat the little kernel. So you put it in your hand and you rub it together. And you'll get the little kernels in your hand. Okay? You can eat the shell of the kernel, it's not going to hurt you. But you're going to need something to drink afterwards. Yeshua, you're waving your hand fervishly.
Can I show you something? My mom keeps. There's some in our store that they put this.
Can you take one out? Can you take one? Can you take one out?
Outside.
No, you're in the way. Yeshua, take one of them out and hold it up to the camera so everybody can see what one looks like.
There's a lot. In here.
Just take one and put it in your finger. Don't spill it. Take one and put it in your finger like this. Want everybody to see.
That's my mom grabbing it.
That's one of the kernels, everybody.
That one is peeled. That one is barley, but it's peeled. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find it with a kernel.
Have you ever eaten one of those just plain, Yeshua?
No.
Try it.
Yeah, try it.
Everybody try it. You can eat it.
Yeah.
Nice. Start dropping one.
Now what happens, everybody, is what we do to make our challah is we grind. What happens is they grind up these kernels to make it into a flour. Okay. So what you're doing, if you want to eat it, if you're really starving and you can go to the corner of the field, okay, you're grinding it up with your mouth. You're basically making it. You become the grinder, but it's very good and very healthy. Now let's come back to what verse 11 says. Okay, he is to wave the sheaf before Jehovah, so that you will be accepted. The Kohen has waved the sheep on the day after the Shabbat. Okay? Yes, Yeshua?
It tastes like rice.
It tastes like rice. Okay. But it's really very nutritious for you. Very, very, very good. Okay? Now, who can tell me what a sheaf is? Who can tell me what a sheaf is? Okay. Mia, can you tell me how much is a sheaf?
That I'm not sure, but I know that a sheaf is when a bunch of wheat is gathered up and tied together. It's a sheaf. In other words, it's called an omer.
Okay, but you don't know how much it is?
No.
Okay.
I know it's called an omer.
Okay, Benjamin, you were waving your hands feverishly. What is a sheaf, Benjamin? How much is a sheaf?
I don't know how much is a sheaf.
Then why were you waving your hand?
Because I know what a sheaf is.
Well, what is a sheaf is?
A sheaf is like a bundle of wheat or a bundle of wheat.
Okay, well, how much is a bundle?
A bundle. I'd say. I don't know.
You don't know how much a bundle is? Victoria, do you know how much a bundle is?
I think it's around like $10 or $20 because I've seen one before, and I think it was like $18.99 or something.
Okay, well, that's an interesting understanding. All right, Allie Mae, how much is a sheaf? How much is a sheaf? What quantity, Allie Mae?
I'd guess maybe like a little below $10. I wouldn't say over $10.
Why are you saying $10?
Because it's not like It's not too much, but it's not too little.
Well, that's kind of nebulous, don't you think?
No.
Kind of arbitrary. Not too much, not too little. Jacob! Jacob! Wake up, Jacob. How much is a sheep? What quantity?
15 or 14, maybe
15.
7. I don't know.
7 what?
Dollars.
Jeremiah, help me out, man, here. Your brother doesn't have the answer. How much is a sheep? What is the quantity? Not the amount, the quantity. We can tell that all you children have come from the city. Okay, Dayan, do you know how much is how large a sheaf is? What the quantity is, Dayan?
What?
What? What have we been talking about, Dayan?
A sheep? I was talking with my mom.
Well, you should be paying attention here.
But you're talking about sheep.
Okay, what were you talking to your mother about sheep? Let us in on the conversation.
How do you spell it? Because she wanted to translate it. I can't say it.
Well, how do you spell it?
SHAF. EAF.
SHEAF. 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 Sheep. Okay. Okay. A sheaf is what you can put in your hand. Okay. A sheaf is one handful. So you take the wheat and you grab it by the hand. Okay. Okay, Sarai? You okay with that, Sarai? Okay. So a man's hand is a sheep. The amount you put into one handful. Okay? That's a sheep. Okay, everybody got that? Because you got to wave that before the Lord. Okay, if you're a farmer. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the next part. Now, why are you doing it? And that's for the day after the. Now, this is important. Okay, because this is for the Bikurim. Okay, tell the people of Israel, after you enter the land I'm giving you and harvest its right crop, you're to bring the sheep of the first fruits of your harvest to the Cohen. He's to wave the sheep before Jehovah so that you will be accepted. The Cohen is to wave it on the day after the Shabbat. Okay? When you see the word the Shabbat, that's the Sabbath. Ha Shabbat. In Hebrew, there will be a hey. Okay? Ha Shabbat. That means after the Shabbat, not after matzah. Hag matzah is like a Shabbat. Because for all the holy days, it's like a Shabbat. Okay, so the day after the Shabbat. It's very important to understand because a lot of people get mixed up with this. Okay, it's very important that I'm teaching you correctly. Okay, now we're going to move to the next holy day. All right, Lev, Jeremiah, read Vayikra 23 verse 15 to 17. Leviticus 23, Vayikra 23 verse 15 to 17.
From the day after the day of rest, Shabbat, that is from the day you bring the the sheep for waving, you are to count 7 full weeks until the day after the 7th week. You are to count 50 days. Then you are to present the new grain offering to Adonai. You must bring bread from your homes and waving 2 loaves made with 1 gallon of fine flour baked in leaven as first fruits for Adonai.
Okay. So now let's do some math questions. Benjamin. No, Leah. Leah, my math queen. How are you doing in math, Leah?
It's good.
You're doing good. Okay. How many days is 4 weeks?
And how many days are in 4 weeks? It's like 30.
Like 30.
Wait, no. It's like 20 days because 4 times 7 is 70.
Say that again louder, please.
28.
28 days. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm completely sure.
You're going to have to work with Miss Consuelo.
No, that's
first.
because I was thinking about the calendar. You know, sometimes.
No, just listen to the words I'm saying, dearest. Okay? How many days in 5 weeks, Leah?
It's, oh wait, 35.
Okay. Jeremiah, how many days in 3 weeks?
21.
How many days in 6 weeks, Jeremiah?
42.
How many?
42.
Did somebody give you the answer? You got to do your 7. What grade are you going into?
The second.
Okay, well, that's a little bit. I think you might be learning times table. Now, Mr. Jacob.
I know my 1 table.
Okay, the 1 table is good to know. Okay. You can
11
prize
and
that for
10.
Jacob, how many days in 7 weeks?
49.
Are you sure?
Yes. 7 times 7.
Okay, how many days in 4 weeks?
28.
Okay. Benjamin, how many days in 7 weeks?
49.
How many days in 6 weeks?
6 weeks? 42?
You sure?
42, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
How many days in 5 weeks?
In 5 weeks? 35.
Okay. Okay. Marley, how many days in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. 14 days.
How many days in 7 weeks?
7 weeks. Let's see. 49 days.
Marley, your voice changed. Okay, how many
This
days
little pipsqueak.
Little pipsqueak. Riette, how many days in 8 weeks?
That would be 54 days. No, 52 days. No, I'm getting confused now.
Well, you're confusing yourself.
I got confused with the 9 tables.
No,
The
it's
times
not.
9 tables.
It's
I'm getting confused with that. My bad.
It's not
Marley,
7.
Marley, how many days in 8 weeks?
What?
How
Sorry.
many days in 8 weeks?
8 weeks, 49 plus 7 is 58. No, sorry, 56.
Okay. Briette, 9 times 9.
81.
9 times 3.
20. That was 27. Yeah, 27.
Okay. Jacob, 5 times 6.
5 times 6?
Yes.
30.
Sure?
Yes.
6 times 5.
30.
All
It's
right.
opposite.
What? Yeah, right. What's 5 times 5?
25.
What's 5 times 5?
25.
Okay. Jeremiah, 9 times 1.
9.
9. 1 times 9.
9.
Okay, very good.
Opposite.
Lev. Lev. Oh, she's trying to hide. 9 times 3.
27.
7 times 7.
7 weeks. Remember what we were just discussing. 49.
7 times 6, Lev.
I don't know. 49 minus 7. 42.
Are you sure? That sounded like a question.
42.
Okay, very good. All right. So here in our scripture, we got to count 7 full weeks plus 1. So how much is 7 full weeks plus 1, Victoria? Victoria, how much is 7 times 7?
49.
And plus 1?
50.
Okay, why do you think Jehovah's having us count 50 days from the Bikurim?
I think he wants that because so the crops can grow until harvest.
So the crops can grow the harvest? Okay, well, let's see who we got else here. Okay, Tiffany. Tiffany, how are you this morning, Tiffany?
I'm good. How are you?
Do you like math?
You know the answer to that.
Okay, so what's 8 times 7?
8 times 7 is 56.
What's 7 times 7?
49.
What's 9 times 8?
9 times 32.
32?
72. 72.
Okay, what's 3 times 9?
27.
What's 7 times 5?
35.
What's 5 times 7?
35. 35. 35. I was going to say something else.
Okay, so here in verse 16 it says we're to count 50 days. Why do you think it's 50?
Because we were just learning about harvesting, so I think it's because I don't know, like on the 50th year, you're supposed to let your land rest, like the Jubilee. So maybe it's that.
Okay, let's see if we can get to the lemons. Let's see if they're here now. They're in yellow triangle before. Lemma, 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 lemma. Where'd they go? Oh, they're sort of there. Can you hear me, Jennifer? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, now you're back. You've been in yellow triangle for 2 days. Okay, so why do you think we got to wait 50 days, Jennifer?
To prepare ourselves.
So to prepare ourselves, why not 42 days?
I think because 50 days is like you could prepare everything and be ready by then.
You can be ready on 49 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Benjamin, why do you think 50 days?
I think 50 days. 50 days.
Why? Wait.
Why 50 days? Because are we talking about Zuko? Are we? I don't know.
Mia, why do you think 50 days? Why do you think Jehovah's having us wait 50 days? What does 50 mean in Hebrew?
No. I know 5 means grace, but and 40 means completion, but I'm not sure what 50 means.
Well, 5 is what? 50 is what? 5 times?
10.
What is 10?
Hand of God?
What is 5?
Grace?
What do you think it means? Put it together. Put it together with both eyes. Ha! Ha!
Wouldn't it be the hand of God full of grace? No?
Well, expand upon it, Mia. You're a smart cookie.
I think it'd be the hand of God.
You're a chocolate chip cookie.
I think it's the hand of God full of grace. Because 5 means grace, so God will be giving us grace, in other words, mercy. For whatever we've done, like sin, because as it says, he's slow to anger, rich in grace. So he won't be angry with he won't immediately get angry with us when we do something wrong, but he will get to the point. And I think also 50. I think 50 is also the time span for the grain to ripen. I think so. Like when it grows, like once it's like grown. I think it's also the time span for like to turn turn into the goldish yellow that we see, like the goldish yellow wheat that we're familiar with. And also I think God told us to count 50 days to see if we can follow instructions. I mean, to test our instruction following.
So 50 days is the. So your mother's going to test you to do something 50 days.
I guess so. If it's my mom's choice.
Okay. Mia, I was trying to show you here with the arrow. 5 times 10. 5 times 10. What do you think, Mr. Adrian? Mr. Sinclair? Why do you think it's 50 days?
I'm at 50 days. Well, that is 7 weeks. And then the day, because this is the counting of the Omer.
Is it like
there are 7 Sabbaths. 7 Sabbaths. And then the next day would be the first day of the week. And then that is a high Sabbath.
Don't tell me it's light.
Why 50 days? Why 50 days? Why 7 Shabbats? And Dayan put the toy away.
Well, I mean, the seven is the number of completion, so I would suspect that that would be pretty easy to understand why he'd do that.
So why not on the 49th day?
Well, he wants he wants the 50th day to be a high Sabbath, I believe. Another day of rest.
So he wants to give us a 2-day weekend?
Pretty much.
So that's what you're thinking. God wanted to give us the first 2-day weekend. After he said you're to work 6 days.
Well, I know that there is a feast on the 50th day, if I'm correct.
Well, you are. We're talking about Shavuot here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Vicky wants to chime in. Victoria, what do you think about the 50th day, Victoria?
I think that it can't be like on the 49th day because that's Shabbat, and he doesn't want us to do like other things on Shabbat. So I agree with him that it's like that his favorite number is like 7, so he would say 7, but you would have to add one more day because it will be Shabbat. So then it would be 50 days.
So he wants us to have 2 days off? Victoria?
No, it's
Because he told us to work 6 days. Is he contradicting himself because he got old?
no. um, but on the 49th day it's Shabbat, and then on the 50.
Well, wait. Let
50th.
me ask you a question. Can Passover, Pesach, fall on the Shabbat?
Yes.
Are you sure? Ali Mae is saying no. Pesach cannot fall on the Shabbat, Ali Mae? Wait, hold on a second, Mickey. Let me ask Ali Mae. Ali Mae, when's Pesach?
Pesach is the 14th day of the first month.
Okay, so the 14th day can't be a Shabbat?
I guess it can. I was thinking that you can't because then you'd have to cook the lamb on the Shabbat.
Okay, so you have to cook the lamb on the Shabbat. The holy
Yeah,
day.
you can't cook on the Shabbat.
But the holy day supersedes the Shabbat because it's a special day. So if God puts the moon on a certain spot, can the 14th day fall on the Shabbat?
Yes.
So then we don't do Pesach? We don't have lamb?
We do Pesach.
Because Yeshua said you were to do the Pesach forever in remembrance of him, right?
Yeah, you do Pesach.
Okay, so you do Pesach. Okay. So why is it 50 days? Let's see if anybody else has got an answer. Jacob, why is it 50 days? Jacob, help me. Jacob, help me. Oh, this is bad.
Maybe that's the time the grain. That's enough time for the grain can grow, and you can make it into 2 loaves of bread.
Okay, well, what if you wait 52 days? Or 49 days? One day is going to really matter. Come on, Jacob. One day, 51 days, 52 days, what do you got here?
Maybe that number is special to the Lord.
The number is special to the Lord. Why do you think it's special to the Lord? Why do you think 50?
50 is a half.
50 is what?
Is a half.
Echad is 3.
I'm not sure.
Or in modern Hebrew, Echad is 1. You're not sure.
No.
Jacob has been stumped. Everybody go, ah! Everybody go, ah! Come on, Jeremiah, go, ah! Okay. The 50th day, the numbers are always very significant to Jehovah. He doesn't just throw a number. Okay, so you have 7 weeks of perfections, 7 times 7. We had that right. Now Mia was on a good track, but she fell off the track. She was getting close. Okay, so here 50 is 5 times 10. 5 is the number of grace, and 10 is the number of the hand of God. Yod, 10. So the hand of God is showing us grace because you need the right amount of sun and the right amount of rain to be able to get bread. So here for Shavuot, you've had enough proper amount of rain and the proper amount of sun. By the end of this year, you're going to start eating a lot less food, because in the beginning of the spring, God sent too much rain and flooding to the whole middle section of the United States of America. And it wiped out all the corn, all the wheat. So bread prices are going to skyrocket, and everything else. Everything else is going to skyrocket in price because they use the wheat and the corn for gasoline, for ethanol. We use corn for corn oil. A lot of products have corn oil in it. Okay? The wheat and all the other stuff to feed the animals is not growing. So the food for the animals is going to cost more money. So everything goes to 50 days. So God said, to wrap up our class, God said, you're to count 50 days. I'm going to bless you. And on the 50th day, you're going to bring 2 loaves of bread from your home to wave before me. That clock is fast. It's 5 minutes fast. Okay. All right, we're going to wrap up now. Good thing I muted my phone. People are trying to get in touch with me this morning. Okay, let me do this so I can see everybody. Okay, let me do this over here. We're going to close our week in prayer. Now, let me get everybody's picture up on my screen. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What number am I thinking? Benjamin.
3.
1 and 10.
Yeah. 1 and 10. 1 and 9.
No. Marley.
I think it's 7.
Marley got it right. And
Oh,
finally, I can see the lemmas. Marley, close us in prayer.
Father God, I thank you that we could be here. I thank you that we could learn. And I thank you that Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman could teach us this class. And I hope we can see him when? Because we're going on vacation. Oh well. I hope we can see him next time. Amen.
All right. Shalom, everybody. Have a great
I
week.
would just like to mention